Carl alongside me here as Pagulayan gets us underway. He's still such a good player, but if he's to win this match, Carl, he's going to have to pull off a very big upset here.
Yeah, the start of the match is key for Alex. I'm sure he would be the first to admit. As he's got a little older, he's tendency to miss one or two more balls than he used to. Maybe that's just age. That's what seems to happen to a lot of Q sports players as they get a little bit older. But he's a very clever player. You know, if the balls come out scrappy, he might beat Phil to the first shot.
Such a wonderful sound, isn't it? All those tables breaking off almost simultaneously, just full of anticipation out of what's going to be another long and no doubt eventful day at this great championship.
You just seen a good example of what I meant there. It was a bit of a weird shot he was faced with, but the speed, and he used the red 3 ball as a blocker, and he would have realised the brown 7 was there as well. And now Josh is kicking at this, 3 rails in behind it, 1, 2, 3, and he's missed it. So there you see, first rack, first shot,
ball in hand.
Pagulayan beats Joshua to the shot. He's got ball in hand.
When he didn't win it, it was almost like, what have I done? I potted 6 off the rack and I still off the break rather, and still can't win it. But he did win the opening rack here, and he's breaking in the second.
Alex, I consider your break as not forceful enough. If I have to speak to you again, you will give up the break.
Now, what's going on here? Marcel Eckhart has said, I consider your break is not forceful enough. Explain this.
Well, we have a gentleman's agreement that you're not allowed to.
Yeah, there's no
soft
3-point.
break.
There's no 3-point rule.
I mean, he didn't look that soft. Maybe Marcel's got out the wrong side of his bed this morning. But he's the referee, so I'm not a fan of the soft break. To be honest, all the pool players hate the soft break. It's just something that we don't really like to see, because you can control the 1 ball a lot easier doing that.
Now, that is interesting. After having that word with the referee, he's going to miss the 1 and scratched. We'll have a look at that again in a moment. But what defines that? What has happened there that has made him decide that's a soft break?
Well, you thought you were too soft, Michael.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, there's got to be a definition somewhere. Yeah, otherwise, it becomes too open to opinion.
I think, yeah, but, you know, I think if Alex is being honest with himself, he'll know he's got a lot more to give on the break. So it comes down to that. And obviously, Marcel's watched a lot of pool matches over the years, so he knows what the players are capable of. If you look at SVB's break yesterday, he's giving him a right old wallop on the red 3. Might not be too bad, that, actually, because he's got the cue ball over there. He can track this cue ball back over towards the green 6. Maybe there's a decent gap. Is he trying to pot the purple 5 in the top left? Well, he is, so the gap's there. Yeah, the gap was there, so it was okay in the end. Good chance.
Had an eventful World Championship last year. Came from 10-8 down to win the last 3 racks and beat Darren Appleton in the last 16. In the quarterfinals was 4-0 up on Alban Ocean. Ended up winning 2 of the next 13 racks and lost 11-6. Speaking of Darren Appleton, we understand, Carl, he's not been in great health recently. Do you have any update for us? I know you're a good pal.
I think he's doing okay now. I've had a few messages off him. He's back at home. He's resting up. So I'm sure we will see Darren back on the table this year, thankfully. This is what Phil does. You give him a little sniff, he will smell blood and take the rack. Good rack as well.
It is what he does. Also did well in the banks and one pocket divisions.
Lost the cue ball, got kicked in the corner. This is just what Alex needed. He needs a good table layout just to get his head back in the game. Cue ball come off the rail, often comes back into the 9. That is the danger. If it hits the bottom side of the 9, you can go near the corner. In the interviews, he'll often say, oh yeah, I got a little bit lucky. You think, well, he didn't really. It's like this shot. What a beautiful shot he's played there. He's had to play it with spin. Even his face told you that was a beautiful shot.
And so friendly as well. I mean, pretty much every tournament I go to, the first person I see coming up with a big smile and a handshake is Josh.
What about me?
Well, I expect it off you, Carl.
It makes it look very easy. People watching at home just think it's a very easy game, but when you're behind them shots, you know, the size of the ball, Michael, you know, people don't realise how big the pool ball is on a 9-ball table.
Yeah, and people talk who maybe haven't played the game about how, oh, a lot of the pots just wriggle into the side of the pocket. But that's all part of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Using the full pocket to give yourself the angle that you need.
Yeah, because you're faced with a lot of shots where you have to spin the cue ball round. So, you know, if we were playing on a snooker-style pocket, you're not going to be playing the game correctly. You're going to be playing a lot of safeties. This is a flare game. You want to see the bank shots, the jump shots, spinning the cue ball round.
Yeah, the ball just going in and just catching the edge of the pocket and dropping in does not by any means mean that you've played a bad shot. You may very well have intended it that way.
Yeah, Ralph Souquet is one of the best at manipulating the rail to get a better positional shot. He was a genius at that, and he's still going in this event. He's been around the block. In the blink of an eye.
Second break and run of the match for Joshua Filler, the 2018 champion. Having been too clear at 3-1, he's back in that position.
Joshua
now
Filler
leading by 5 racks to 3. There ends in 3.
How'd you hit that ball, Alex? Beautiful shot. Does the 3 past the 9? Maybe not. Kinda passes, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think he's all right.
It's not got a full pocket, so when he sits behind the shot, you can't stop thinking about the 9. It's in your head. It looks a lot easier than this shot is. People watching may be thinking, why is he not playing the 3 into the 9? Well, he may have a go at that. Yeah. He has had a go. What a shot from the Lion.
And what a way to draw level once again at 5 apiece. Well, he has come to compete with Joshua Filler and shown great resilience.
You know, you've not got the TV cameras like this. This just feels bigger.
Finished at 10 o'clock in the morning. Is that correct? I heard that. Oh, well, never mind that. What a miss this is.
Filler's been put under pressure. He's been beat off Pagulayan last week in America. This is unexpected. Just caught that jaw and he stayed up. What a chance for Pagulayan now. Got to get past this one. He may go rail first and spin the cue ball round. Yeah, he's going off the rail first. And then the cue ball will pot the 2 and go 2 rails round. How's he pace, looks okay. Needs to go a bit more. The slide has just held it up a little bit. It looked like it was hard enough. Worst thing he could do here is just get Joshua straight back out of his seat. He needs to punish him here. I think he can play a thin cut. He could also play the bank if the thin cut's not on, but yeah, I can tell he's aiming for the thin cut. Disaster for Pagulayan.
Oh,
Joshua Filler, Michael, doesn't miss a lot of balls like that. You maybe say one or two a tournament, and for Pagulayan not to even get past the first ball or second ball, what a mistake. He's down quick though, so he's up to something. Does he pass the 3? No, he doesn't. There you see the old veteran loves these type of quirky shots. Locks the cue ball in behind the 8. Filler's in trouble. You look where Pagulayan got the cue ball as well. He's took out the right hand rail. The Nineball's blocking the left hand rail kick, so this is awkward. May have to go 2 rails. This is what he's looking at. He's got to go off the left hand rail. Cue ball come just below the brown 7. Not easy this. Big shot coming up, big moment in the match. Can he hit the 2? He can, good shot.
Possibility, of course, we could have 2 fillers involved on the loser's side today. Joshua's wife, Pia, is involved in the championship, and she'll be playing Dimitris Loukatos very shortly.
Bank shot for Pagulayan. He was big favourite to make that shot. It's a hanger for these top pool players, especially when you've just come from the Derby City Classic, where they actually have a bank pool event. What a chance this is to get himself on the hill. He's dug deep in this match. He's played very good, hasn't he? He really has. That should be the end of this rack. He's absolutely plumb on the 7 ball.
Twice in this match, Filler. It's been 2 racks clear. Pagulayan has not got to that at any stage. But what a time to finally give yourself a bit of breathing space for the first time in the match. He's won 5 of the last 6 racks, and Pagulayan is first to the hill at 8-6.
Josh is trying to make something happen here. That's all he can do. Wowee, what a shot that is. Played it. Absolute perfection from the young German. Staying alive in this match.
And now, all of a sudden, the pressure transfers back to Pagulayan. Knows how efficient Filler is from situations like this. This goes wrong. Pretty much marking down 8-7 already.
Well, the kick shot from Josh.
No contact, ball in hand.
Has kept him alive in this match. It's been a brilliant match. Another miss. Filler has not quite been at the races we're used to seeing. Pot balls from everywhere, but this is all because Pagulayan's put him under the pressure. He's locked him away time after time, so he's not in his fluent flow.
And the swagger that we normally associate with him has just gone missing. See how nervous, how edgy he looks. How unsure of himself and his own thoughts he was as he lined up that shot, which may well have been his last in this match. To lead 5-3. Looked to be steadily taking control, up in his game. But back charged Pagulayan, winning 5 of the next 6 racks. Filler got his chance in rack 15. He took it to prolong the contest. But it looks to be over for him now, and he'll be heading for the loser's side if Pagulayan can finish the job here. 3 balls to go.
Cue ball was very close to the side. He would have known it was okay coming across, but maybe a little closer than wanted. Been a good performance this overall. It's been all about the safety side of it. You think of the potting and the flair and the fluency, but he's done a number on Filler here. He's kept him out the game.
The Lion has still got some roar in him, because at the age of 44 and 19 years after he won this World Championship, he's followed a 9-7 win over Michael Schneider yesterday, with another 9-7 win today against the world number 3, Joshua Filler.
After an early missed 8-ball from Kazakis, really put on a clinic. And then missed a 2-ball up 7-1. It wasn't easy, but he'd tell you it makes it at a, ooh. Didn't expect that, but missed an easy 2-ball at 7-1, and I'm not sure how much play he's had since with 7 in a row from Alex Kazakis, and shooting now in rack number 16 to try and close the match. And that can do something for your mental right there to lose that match. I don't think he's going to do a ton here. Yeah, just try to get the cut on the 6. I always talked about it with Shane. I still think, even with all the greats today, if the ball's laid tough, I think he's still the best player. Seven has both pockets. He's overcut this. May get a little fortunate. We'll see. It doesn't appear so.
Lost the opening rack in his first match here against Masato Yoshioka, but thereafter he was in prime form.
Yeah. Mats could have used a little more out of the cue ball there, and those easy ones, don't take it for granted. These tables are going to get tougher as the event goes. An overcut here, and you know, that's a little bit more from what happened on the shot prior. I mean, you're supposed to get pretty tidy on that 7 coming from that missed 6 off from Shane. So as far as the match starting, how Mats needed it with some opportunities early, but capitalizing even more important.
And Van Boening will see this and think, he's not going to beat me today.
Yeah, no one smelled blood better than him the last 20 years.
It was
over a 2-ball on the side, and just kind of things changed from there. Of course, Alex had to play great regardless. Didn't really see Tyler make a ton of mistakes from there, really. Just situational pool got away from him a few times, and here's another one of those tough shots that we'd love to see this guy attack with. Fairly straight, but cueing off the rail, and he's got to kind of roll the ball forward.
Let me quickly tell you, Jason Shaw, no doubt well rested after feeling very fatigued yesterday. He leads Tobias Bongers of Germany 2-0.
Yeah, nice shot there, and perfect speed, not having too much angle. I don't know if he can really do much besides the 4-9. on the next shot. He's going to have a stretch as well. I'll tell you, you did that Josh Fielder match. I got to watch quite a bit of it. Actually, it was Michael and Phil, but Josh, even in the loss, to me, looked better. You know, he looked more rested. You know, and you know, of course, Josh being a favorite in that match, but it's not as big a favorite against Alex as people would think.
There it is. It's one-way traffic, as many predicted it might well be. Schjetne made mistakes in the first, and after that, it's been all Shane Van Boening.
These matches can change like the wind, and these guys know it. That's why you can see the constant grind, even with big leads. And caught that a little heavy to the pocket, wanted to cut it a little more the other way, and he may have gotten fortunate. If this ball's even close to the pocket as far as the aim, he can throw this ball in.
They're frozen, Shane. Yeah.
He should shoot away, though. Looks like it may be aimed a little bit high. Can't quite tell. Well, that tells me right there it's aimed actually probably a little low. He's going to try and bring the 5 ball up a little bit. Tell you, talk about him being all kinds of dangerous. But Lady Luck gets on his side a little bit. Watch out. He's going to be upset about that. It wasn't so much he hit it too hard. It was more about the contact from the 6 to the 7. This is where I don't think Shane's going to get kind of, oh, I'm up 4-0. My opponent hasn't played well, and go for something. He's going to stick to his guns and make Mats earn it.
Hard as nails, the composition of a champion.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I wouldn't doubt, of course, Shane, even though you don't know it, he watches these other Americans play, you know, more and more as years have gone on. I wouldn't doubt he saw that comeback from Alex Kazakis in that Tyler Steyr match. Another world champion, former world champion, Mika Immonen, playing for his tournament life. Saw him this morning at breakfast. What a nice shot here. Really nice attacking shot there.
Well, there it was. We were extolling the virtues of Shane Van Boening for keeping it tight and showing respect and all of that kind of stuff and taking no liberties. Van Boening.
Wow, look at that. So we've had a few slide in that you figured maybe would stand up, but these pockets are going to kind of show their teeth more and more as matches go. And look at this. This ball got double kissed a little and still hung. That's the deep shelves that we play on most professional tournaments. Looks like, depending on how much of the ball he catches, watch out for a little bit of a scratch, maybe. Oh, he jumped over the edge.
Foul.
Now, come on, Mats, show us what you're capable of.
Yeah, and I think he hit a little left English and actually, yeah, jumped over the edge as well.
I suppose now, Jeremy, the pressure on Schjetne has receded to a great degree because he's got no expectations now. 7-1 down. No one's expecting him to win. It's just about knocking a few balls in, trying to restore some respectability to the scoreline.
Yeah, and looking ahead of, you know, most likely he's got to play a loser's qualification here, and so some good quality swing, something he can feed off of. Gets out here, the break shot, which he had a dry break in the first, so he can do a few things for himself here. Yeah, that was pretty touchy as well. Nice shot. Not a real big backswing, very short, compact. Keeps it simple, it looks like. A lot of times when you're short like that, you have a pretty tidy cue ball, but maybe not always the best to come with a tough shot to start the rack. Hopefully we'll get to see a little more of him in these next few racks and find out about the Norwegian. Where the cue ball's at now is a pretty good spot. Just to float the 6 in. Looks like he's going to come twice across. And Shane's technique really offers a little better for that type of shot rather than kind of killing the cue ball with a load of spin. Now he'll float this with a heavy right tip position, right side, coming around, maybe a hair of draw as well. Kind of floated it. Nice swing there. This is going to get tricky. May have to play from underneath. I don't know how much angle he has here on the 7 film. Not taking much time. Great camera view there. So he can get up for the 8 in the short corner.
And as you saw there, just cheated the pocket. Give himself that extra little bit of angle. And fractions make so much difference. That was centre pocket, and now he's 1 ball away from the hill. I know the opposition is not exactly well known, but I really like what I'm seeing from Shane van Boening. He was a 9-2 winner in his first match yesterday, and he's on course to repeat that scoreline here today.
Van Boening to break on the hill.
Wow, incredible smash there. A reasonable shot on the 2, and may look like this 2 gets down. Pretty natural getting on the 3, the 4 in the lower corner, the 5 hanging in the side. So we may have seen the last of Mats Schjetne from Norway, at least in this match.
From the very first rack, it looked as though Shane van Boening was going to have an untroubled passage. And that's exactly how it's worked out. Schjetne missed a couple of pots in the opener. Van Boening got over the line, then broken ran 3 consecutive racks, and from there the writing was on the wall in capital letters.
And you can see him not taking anything for granted. It's just kind of inspecting, getting from the 5 to the 6 that gets him to the 7. Can play it a few ways. Doesn't want to play short side on the 7. It's not the worst thing in the world just because of where the 6 is at. It's very natural to come a couple rails where he's standing now for the 7 in the upper left. Sometimes that's the best play, just because when the ball wants to move naturally, your touch is better. Everything seems to make sense pretty easily. So he's going to hold to play that short side shot on the 7. Main thing here is Phil, stay off the rail with the cue ball. As long as he's off the rail, he should be able to work back for the 9. And he's going to want that to settle.
So this, and take the rest of the day off. Was it ever in doubt? SVB playing some very nice pool indeed. 9-2 in the first round, 9